Nigeria, a West African country with an area of approximately 923,000 square kilometers, with a population of 162.5 million, 43% of which are up to 14 years old. 70% of the Nigerian people live under the poverty level with less than $2 per day. September the 9th, 2012. The death toll from flooding in eastern Nigeria after heavy rain and release of water from a dam in Cameroon has caused large-scale damage and displacement of 121,000 people. Floodwaters can devastate neighborhoods near oceans and rivers, but now geologists are using three-dimensional flood mapping to save lives before waters rise. So, what is the solution? Triasso LiDAR, or T-LiDAR. To make 3D flood maps, technology is similar to LiDAR. LiDAR stands for Light Detection and Ranging. It uses infrared pulses instead of radio pulses, and it gives very high accuracy elevation data for input to numerical models. So, how does it work? Geologists send infrared light pulses from a plane or a truck. They measure depth and distance based on how long it takes the light pulses to bounce back to the source. T-LiDAR quickly collects millions of readings, data to make flood maps that predicts where and when a flood happens, and how high the water will rise. These maps are released 2 days before the floods. So after collecting data through the plane, a computer program called TREM2D uses the data and news forecasts, put it in a geographic information system which produces 3D maps. And then we use an internet map server that uses 3D maps and put them out to the internet to the public, to emergency responders, fire department and such, so that they can prepare for the flood before it rises.
This technology is present in the United States Department of Interior, U.S. Geological Survey Office, but due to political and financial instability, we have to look on the trade between Nigeria and the U.S. The trade between Nigeria and the U.S. has always been unbalanced in terms of export and import. Nigeria imports more than it exports with the United States. U.S. imports crude oil mainly from Nigeria, as well as agriculture products. Nigeria is the world's largest importer of the U.S. wheat. Since, as a result, we can exchange the crude oil that Nigeria exports to the U.S. with this technology. Social media. We can use social media as Facebook and YouTube to spread awareness, media coverage, and help international organizations in sending aid. But only 5 million Nigerians use smartphones, while mobile phones are used by 107.4 million of the population. As a result, through SMS, they can plan to warn public about places to avoid and information about help centers where they can receive food and medical care.
So what happens after the floods? One of the main issues that arises after the flood is waterborne disease. There's a widespread displacement of people, and people have to face a lack of pure water. The people end up drinking contaminated water which has come in contact with sewage and other contaminants. This increases the infection amongst the people and leading to high death toll. Another issue that arises is vector-borne disease. This is caused by an increase in pools of stagnant water caused by the flooding and leads to a breeding site of mosquitoes. The exposure of the disaster-affected population to these stagnant water pools leads to high levels of infections such as malaria, dengue, and West Nile fever. Flooding may initially flush out mosquitoes, but it can come back after the water recedes. This may take up to 6 to 8 weeks. So how can we solve these problems? One of the technology we can use is radios. Radio is a common technology which is present in the developing world. News and special broadcasts for floods can be used to prevent and allow them to know about areas with medical help. Another strategy that we can use is math modeling. Math modeling is an effective means of predicting the behavior of large complex systems such as infectious diseases. Analytical and computational tools allow to simulate the spread of disease through a variety of settings and tests, and we can try using different intervention techniques and strategies to solve the problem. In conclusion, in order to fight floods through technology, data and information is the key.